Happy summer solstice, everybody. We wanted to send you out a message from Sam and Suchil Coffman to wish you a happy solstice and to let you know a little bit about what's going on. Do you want to start off this time?
Oh, I was getting lazy. Okay, so first I just wanted to say that solstice is such a great time for us anyway to reflect on what's going on in our lives, at the school, and to get back to nature a little bit, to reground, re-earth as it's called. And we both have different ways that we like to do that. And we both have some different ideas about what we're doing in terms of how we're kind of focusing what we're doing next in our lives. So we'll talk a little bit about that too. But for me, I think that I just wanted to pass on that this is a time now in these next few days, you know, if you get a chance to do the things that you like to do outside, gardening or meditating or working outdoors, and really try to feel that connection. I don't really talk much about my spirituality, maybe a tiny bit, but it's somewhere between maybe a pagan and a Taoist. And for me, it's really everything about the school, everything that has to do with the school is really all about the planet. It's all about our species and hopefully the survival of our species. But the first thing that has to happen is we have to calibrate ourselves to and be a part of the organism of the planet itself. So that's what solstice is. One of the things I really like to do out here is to climb a tree and hang out on the top and just listen to the birds, feel the wind, be at the top of the tree so it sways with the wind. We have ash juniper here, which is a really easy tree to climb and do that in. It's very comfortable to sit in. It smells awesome. It smells like cedar, and it's just a beautiful way. Of course, climbing it too is a physical act that really kind of gets you closer to nature as well. And it's just this act of kind of meditation and closeness and breathing and awareness with nature that within a matter of minutes, sometimes 5 or 10 minutes, is all I need if I'm really having a very stressful or something that, just been around too many people for too long, whatever. It's just, getting in a tree, sitting in a tree, and just hanging out.
We just returned this last week from doing some diving in Cozumel, and for me that was the first time I'd had a chance to do that, and I really pushed myself past some comfort levels and put myself in situations I haven't been in before, and I had such a great time. It was so awesome, and part of doing that really brought me back to part of the reason I've been putting together something of my own that I've been thinking about for many months, and I think it's going to be a part of that, and that is creating a portion of an herbal medic team. We have teams that go to post-disaster areas and we work with local communities, and I want to create a team that addresses women's health care, and this is part of it. I'm going to get training more training in diving, and then I want to do search and rescue and some tracking courses, and I plan to take Katia Lamone's awesome doula certification, because it's an emergency doula certification with a real eye on post-disaster austere type of situations. I'm really excited about that, and I want to get all of my FEMA training and my emergent responder training out of the way as part of, because what I want to do is I want to develop a program that is equal parts competent with survival or coping skills in a post-disaster environment, medical skills, and that's why I'm getting my EMT, and I'll follow that with my wilderness EMT certification this year as well. I'm going to get some handgun training so that I feel more comfortable in that type of situation. I don't now, but I definitely plan to. And bringing a whole bunch of these courses together and developing an herbal medic team that's based for women herbal medics, or for women's health care, that will be something we can start talking about in the coming year. So if you're interested in this topic and it's something that you think is exciting too, I hope that you'll send me an email and I can tell you more about it.
So we want to talk a little bit about some of the other things we're doing too. So we take the time to reflect and to say, hey, this is what we're doing for ourselves as a couple. This is what we're doing for ourselves individually, and this is what we're doing for the school. And recently, we've really started to take more time for ourselves to do those things for ourselves and for our, both as a relationship as a couple, but also for ourselves individually, because we've neglected those for a long time, and doing that is going to give us something to feed back in to the school as well. So we have a lot of really cool things that are happening right now.
Yes. So I can start off by talking about a couple of the classes that we have that are coming up, and we always get really excited about these when we're able to talk about them, because they are so applicable to so many things that are going on right now. And as I'm finding for myself, when you challenge yourself with new topics and new education, it really can push a lot of really exciting growth. So the first thing we have going on is actually in progress right now, and that's Sam's brand new wound management and infection control online class that just started, and people can still get in. And it's an excellent online class, just 3 weeks, but it's a really great opportunity for those of you who are interested in austere medicine or wilderness survival, or taking botanical studies to the next level and having more skill set to be able to help other people. That class is fantastic for that. And if you like that, then it leads straight into some of the other classes that we have that are based around austere medicine. Like we have the wonderful and lovely Katya Swift, who is teaching the emergency clinic. That is an online course that starts on August 15th. We have an austere medicine course that Sam and Dr. Steve Pearson are going to be teaching in November. We have our clinical exposure intensive weeks that are ongoing, both in the Navajo Nation in September and in San Antonio area in November as well, following that austere medicine intensive. So that's the first thing that's coming up, is the wound management class that you can still register for and take. And then after that, you want to talk a little bit about formulation?
The formulation class, that's coming up starting this Sunday, actually, and that is just more detail. Again, another 3-week class, or is it 2 weeks? I think it's 3 weeks. 3-week class on formulation and details. And those of you who've been in the clinical program so far, or maybe even are just starting but have been to some of our clinics, you have some idea of how the formulation works, but this is more detail as you get into more case management. So it's really important, I think, especially for those in the clinical program, but also for those who are interested in the apothecaries program and medicine making too. So how do I put, what are good pairs, what are good triplets, what are different combinations, 4 or 5 or 6 herbs, and why? What are the details that we get into when we actually formulate? So that's what that class is all about.
Excellent. Yes, and we also have some of our tried and true courses that are offered every year. We have Herbal Medicine for Professionals that starts on August 27th. That's offered twice a year, in August and February. And we also have the Apothecaris Botanical Medicine program that starts in September as well.
That's a great course. And we have the Herbalism for Beginners course as well, which is kind of a prelude to the Herbalism for, or the intro, I'm sorry, Intro to Herbalism for Beginners, which is a prelude to the Intro to Herbalism for Professionals. And all of that is really a precursor or a prerequisite in some cases for a lot of our other programs. So those are good ones to get in to the school as well. But we have other things coming on the heels of those. Lots of stuff coming up. And I guess we just wanted to say not only happy solstice, but really just kind of relate to you, both you out there in the public, but especially you, our students, that we are very grateful for you, and we are very grateful for the growth that you've helped us put into the school, and we intend to keep giving back to that and making the school grow. We've grown so much that we've had to kind of divide out into different sections, and you're going to see each of those sections growing as well. The Human Path, Herbal Medics Academy, and also Herbal Medics, the actual organization, the outreach, and the experiential portion of it.
Excellent. Yes. So again, a happy solstice to all of you, and we hope that you take this opportunity, as we are, to take the summer solstice as a time to put your ideas and your thoughts and your passions into action, and hopefully be able to create that and manifest your future.
Yes, happy solstice.